talk about family life real quick. Yeah, how is it being? You said your father, right?
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
I've got 2 beautiful kids, you know.
Oh my goodness, how old are they?
The girl is 4 and counting, and the guy is 3 and counting, you know.
Aww.
You know what I mean?
How is it to be able to do all this for them? Like, I feel like that's the most important thing in the world, right?
Absolutely. I mean, they're my absolute responsibility, you know, till when they're dead. Not to wish them dead, but I mean, you know, as their father, you have to be there through it all. And I'm happy to witness my kids grow. It feels surreal to me sometimes, you know. Like when I was entering here, I was talking to my daughter, you know.
Oh, wow.
And it's beautiful. She said she wanted to be here. I think, you know, she can't make it now, but
Yeah.
I love them so much. You guys will see me travel with them a few times, and we have to take care of these kids and other people's kids. Anyway, I
Right.
do that. I'm open. So family is amazing. I've got a beautiful wife at home. No, she's not a housewife. Basically, she's a doctor. She's, you know.
She's a doctor. Yes.
You know. So we've been breaking the rules, bro.
I love it.
And trying to get some. It's not like we're breaking the rules by force. You know,
Right.
It's natural. Like there need to be that shift, that combination. There need to be that combination of the creative and the white collar corporate people. Because there's always a certain stigma that is placed on creatives that, you know, they're only good for themselves. They're only good for...
Right.
But we can always, you know, as humans. And so I think by the natural occurrence of me and my wife, it's inspired a lot of people. It's giving, you know, it's fresh.
That's beautiful.
By so doing, there's a lot of eyes on us. You know, a lot of talk that try to see that not happen, that try to make sure it withers down, like, you know, all that. But such is life anyway. We're going to continue to inspire people as a family.
Right.
Know? Yeah.
Right. How did you guys meet?
I've never really spoken the truth about that, and I'm gonna lie again.
Oh my gosh!
You know. But we met in Ghana, basically.
Aww.
And I can tell you, I've always said this. The first day I saw her, I knew she was my wife, and she became a wife. Done.
The first day?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How'd you know if she'd be a good wife or not?
I didn't care. I was just listening to my inner spirits, you know. But,
wow.
You know, sometimes it feels like that, but the process, you know, defines it better. You know what I mean? So
right.
I think it's fortunately the process defined it the way it felt. Just like it's supposed to, because if the feeling is genuine from right inside of your guts, then, you know, you are supposed to work it out to make sure it happens.
Right.
Exactly.
I love that. Real quick, I want to touch on you as an actor. You were in the movies Happy Death Day and My Name is Ramadan. Can you just talk about those moments? And I love that you're doing acting. I feel like...
I mean, I think every musician is an actor or an actress, because basically you got to do those, you know, your music videos, your acting, your facial expressions, your that. So it gives us a plus. But I've always loved to act, and I've always loved movies. So those are, you know, minor roles played, but I'm thankful to the producers who hired me for that job. But I'm looking forward for, you know, to be hired in a next job when you're producing a movie. So remember me, okay?
For sure. Man, what are your thoughts on the Ghana Music Awards scheme 2022?
Hey, see, I mean, just like the Oscars, just like the Grammys, just like any other, you know, just like the BETs, there's always going to be talks around it. There's always going to be issues. And I think we've had our fair issue, but ultimately I'm a Ghanaian, and I'm a proud Ghanaian and an African. And to this level, I cannot spot out of a music, you know, event. I will continue to contribute my quota as a musician, as an entrepreneur, as a role model to the industry. So, I'm not seeking to run away or leave it unsolved if there is a problem. So we've always gotten back and forth with trying to better the award schemes in terms of looking at it from the perspective of artists who have paid the maximum dues enough to be heard and listened to, so they can also contribute their suggestions to the whole scheme. But you realize that I believe that as it comes in the name of the artist, every award scheme comes in the name of the actors, the actresses, the artists. Like, yeah, we're going to reward you. We see your hard work. We da. But most often it's the same award scheme that actually, brings a certain situation to the artist in the end. By actually, proving that their core mandate is to keep the award scheme running and to make their finances good. Without really, caring about those that make it possible. Because if there was no music, there wouldn't be music awards. If there was no actors, actresses, there wouldn't be movies, the Oscars and all of that. So I think there's just a need to pay critical attention because, else there's always going to be feud. You're going to find some of the top artists who have actually paid their dues, speak against and stand for something. And it's happening. And this is the shoes I'm in right now. I've been speaking in my mind about it, but in a very respectful manner. Because I always want to check it right so that I don't become one of the people, I don't get pushed in the box of, one of the people that's just disrespecting, the schemes, because no, I don't do that. So I've taken it very carefully. And so this year when they reached out to me, they came in a funny way. They'd be like, they're speaking to my management and be like, oh, their resources have found out that my music is, they've selected it as a part of it. So they're asking if they have the permission to go ahead. And my management and us spoke, and I'm like, listen, this is to prove to them that I don't have anything against Ghana Music Awards or anything that will continue to have me pour my quota into the award scheme or make the music, industry keep going. So it's a yes. They can go ahead with whatever they say they found. It's not a problem. Just so the public knows that I don't have no personal issues with nobody, and that's not going to affect my music. But there is still a need to have that meeting.
Right.
We've not been able to sit down because, but there's still a need to have that meeting to better the whole situation. So that's how come I came back to, the scheme this year.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy. Man, on a positive note, can you talk about being the last artist that Keri Hilson collaborated with on the music tip? That's incredible. That's awesome.
Thank you. I'm so grateful for that, because before we did the song, she was like, I think she's having some own, challenges and issues on the music side. And then now we still get together joint, and the whole world was like, yo, Keri Hilson, Stonebwoy, Afrobeats, Afro dancer, let's go. And the song is amazing. Performing it in Puerto Rico last weekend was a shutdown. Like the whole crowd was singing it back. And it was so touching.
I saw that video.
Yeah, so touching, So big respect to Jamal and Keri Hilson for making that happen. Shout outs to, how we met was so natural. A good friend of mine was boarding a flight, and then he chanced up to be speaking to one a beautiful girl, and he didn't even realize I was Keri Hilson.
She is beautiful.
And then it became like, oh yeah, Keri, like, yeah, yo, my boy Stonebwoy, blah, blah, blah. And then we connected, right? I was sleeping when he called me. It's like, yo, I just met Keri Hilson, da. Take her number. That's how he goes. Shout out to Dusty. And that's where we took it on. Went on, and I came to the States, and I, had to visit her, went to the studio. We recorded this song right from scratch. Shout out to Dre Harris for producing this song. all the hands on the song are blessed and are professionals. So we got to get a very beautiful, beautiful sound that we have right now. So big respect. It will go down in history as one of those,
For sure. And it's just such a vibe too. But also, that's the first song she made in 10 years.
Yes. Not really the first song she made in 10 years, but I think she's been recording because she played some songs to me. But that's like one song that came out in 10 years.
Came out.
You know what I mean? That's
incredible.
Incredible. Beautiful song. Everybody watching right now, I want you to go check it out. It be you, I go nominate, yeah. My number one candidate. This a love, they carry every weight, yeah. Don't keep me waiting. Yes, you are gonna nominate. My number one candidate. There's a love in the carry every weight. Don't keep me waiting. Mad.
Wow, that was so beautiful. Man, wow. Okay, wait. Also, sorry, speaking of hit songs, Davido on Activate.
Whoop.
Such a vibe. Oh my gosh.
Big tune.
How did that happen?
Yo, I can't, you see, I'm going to go on and on and on and on and on.
No, we got to talk about Davido though. Come on.
And as I speak, Ghana, Nigeria is playing the World Cup qualifying match that's going to have one go through to the next stage. So,
Ghana won.
What? Ghana won?
Ghana won. Oh no.
I said it too. I said we will win. I don't talk. Matthew, I don't talk.
Oh, you don't.
Bro, nobody believed in the Black Stars because we didn't have a coach. We didn't have a nothing. I said we're going to win.
Oh my gosh.
We won. Hey, today I go dirty myself on the yacht. Swimming.
How are you going to...
Okay.
That is hilarious.
Okay, let me take a deep breath.
Okay.
Yo, shout outs to Davido, shout outs to Whiskey, shout outs to Burna Boy, shout outs to all of my Nigerian brothers and sisters. You know how we do. Blessings. So we got a big song, Activate, Davido and I. David's character is actually like addictive. You feel me? Like he's an open book.
Right.
I believe that he's honest and he's a people's people. We've been knowing each other from the media space, as artists for a while. And the first time we actually met to speak was when we recorded the music.
Oh, wow.
Other times we would have met at an award show in South Africa. We take a picture, blah, blah, blah. He comes into the space, he moves, I get there, them type of vibes. But guess what? I was in the UK and he was going to Ghana. And I'll be honest, on his jet, there was somebody sent me the video and there was some vibes that beam. When you say beam, it's Stonebwoy, because that's like my slogan. Mm-hmm. So somebody sent it to me and few hours after, I get a message like, bro, I'm coming to Ghana. I'm like, oh, respect. So let's do studio. Let's do some work. I was in the UK. I was supposed to go on Saturday, but I'm like, I'm not doing anything. It was a Thursday. So I still flew out on a Friday. I moved my ticket. I flew on a Friday and I landed in Ghana. I was really not feeling well. I had like some flu or something. But the fact that, the brother has hit me up, and that shows you a lot of humility, like, not to disrespect any other artist, but I'm just being honest and focusing on him. That gives you the energy to want to move, because there's a lot of ego in the music industry. So when he did that, I'd only landed, I packed the studio staff, called my engineer, we had some beats. I went to his apartment. We killed it. That was the second song on the beat. The original song we got on the beat when we were creating, we couldn't even sing that. But that's a hit song anyway. So we eventually ended up putting Activate on the song, on the beat.
Wow.
And that song is a blessing to me and a blessing to him. It's a collaboration that has Ghana, Nigeria come together in unity again. And you can imagine, Big
For
tune.
sure. How was that shooting the music video at Safari Valley, the biggest eco resort in Ghana?
Which is right. I think that could pass to be the biggest eco resort in West Africa. It could pass. We'll check it out.
Oh wow. I want to come.
You should. You should in December. We'll make sure that
Okay.
happens because you're a great person.
Yes.
I'm like, we had to shoot the video within the same period because I think when we recorded the song, he was leaving in 3 days' time. So the next day we were jamming to the song and everything. And the following day, I think he had to extend his stay. Then we planned and shot the video immediately. So that video was not even really scripted. Shout outs to my top director, Skyface. We just decided to go and shoot it. Like it was a movie from when we left the hotel and the apartment to shoot because it's like an hour and a half drive or two basically. But it was nice. We went there. David gave time. Bro, I can only say thank you to him because, that's just what there is to say. Big shout outs, big love. And look out for more collaborations coming anyway with me and the brothers, Wiz, Burna Boy.
Definitely.
Like, it's just right that we continue to collaborate because the world loves to hear us, and Jano.
I was going to say, I seen you celebrated Ghana Independence Day recently. How was that?
Imagine, on the 5th of March, we're still in my birthday month, imagine.
Oh, when's your birthday?
Yeah, 5th was my birthday, and it was actually a Saturday because I was born on a Saturday, and it was this. So this year, actually, I'm not messing about. This is my rebirth year. You get me? Sure. This is my rebirth because you can hardly get your birthday to be on the same day. So I take it significantly. I take it very personal. So that I can feed into that energy of rebirth and get to the next levels. So right there at the O2, 20,000 people capacity, Davido brought me on for us to perform that song. And the whole people wishing me happy birthday in physical. This is not like virtual.
Aww.
This is not like virtual wish. This is like, bro, it must be a great year for me because, to be honest, it's just begun,
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for all the things that is happening already.
That's beautiful. What do you have coming up? What else do you have any goals?
Say again?
Oh, do you have any goals or what do you have
Goals
coming up? Yeah.
That's like what I said. Like this year, I'm just going harder like I've never gone before. Like that's how I do. Just do the best and the most that I can. Working hard. Like I've been in the studio here in Miami working with Super Dupes, Easy, Uncle Ron, the whole squad, putting in some records because we're gonna release my first single somewhere next month, next 2 months. It's coming hard at them. To me, it's like a rebirth. It's like to the next level. We have to take the music to the next level, especially now that Africa, we play a role in continuing to propel the African sound right now as it is, that it has taken over the globe, basically. And we just got an Afrobeats, Billboard chart that tells you greater heights coming in, and it only demands for harder work. So this year is going to be amazing. More work, more singles, and the album is coming at you. Hopefully this year or probably early next year, however it goes, we're ready to give them some music, some creativity, some projects. Because we'll be doing some, charitable projects too as well with the Livingston Foundation and all these ones.
Yeah.
And we have all that in plan, So you don't know.
How does it feel to create a Livingston Foundation that caters for disability and education? I just respect you for what you do for the community because a lot of artists have platforms and they don't do anything with it. So I just want to commend you for doing that.
Thank you
I think
very
that's
much.
awesome.
It's all about the
but
passion,
yeah.
It's all about the passion and the reality. Like it has actually become a show off, for people in the limelight to consider the business aspects of wanting to own charity foundations. And, it's become like a smart move. And that is what has probably deterred a lot of people from doing them things because they would be probably seen as, one of the people who just want to, use the avenue to get good credit. But there's a difference from people who have felt the pain and are still going through the pain and wanting to actually help with their platforms that they have, which is me. So
Right.
the following, therefore, like we have a project we've partnered with the Livingston Foundation, the former governor of the Bank of Ghana, and yeah, he's a very honorable man, and he has a foundation. We partnered to actually, look at the education side of things by helping to build school blocks in some rural areas of Ghana, because in his time when he was in power, he actually introduced a program that was going to continue to build schools and that. So we're working on that one. We're about to kickstart it. This year has been a busy year, especially coming from the latter part of last year. So I personally, like I told you, I've always loved to be hands-on. I've always loved to be involved as well. So some things are depending on my time right now, but I know we're going to do those. We're going to hit the ground running and do more of what we promised to do.
Definitely. Oh, that's beautiful, man. Thank you so much.
I mean, the foundation does skill training as well. From time to time, we're seeking to take it around Ghana. But most of these are found by myself. So, I don't wait on people to fund me or whatever. So I do from my heart, So I want the world to look out, and I'm open to partnering with international bodies who would really want to see some impact made on the continent of Africa as well, because definitely Africa feeds the world in diverse ways, but it hardly gets back the support that it needs from the corporate, to put back into the vulnerable and the less privileged and needy in Africa. So the Livingston Foundation is legit, headed by myself. That's my name. We don't seek to do no scam stuff. We seek to help people with other organizations and foundations together. So let's go.
Wow. Let's go. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Seriously.
I'm really grateful.
Thank you.
I'm really grateful, Cher, for having me. It's an honor to have me. I'm grateful for bringing Ghana onto the scene, representing for Beam Nation. You know the thing going Afro dance out to the world. It can't cool, it can't done. Shout outs to all of my Caribbean family and African family, no disrespect. I've always continued, and I will always make sure that our culture and music is experienced amongst one another. So this year, Beam concert is going to be huge again. Last year, we brought Beanie Man over. It went bananas. It was a crazy thing. This year, we're hoping to continue to grow that link. So stay on. Don't log off. Stonebwoy is the name. Thank you, Cher, for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. And we got you got to come to LA so we could do this
you're in
person.
LA, right? I was supposed to. My days. Let's see what I can do. Let's see what I can do. Maybe I can just ship my return. Do LA
no
like
pressure.
2 days.
No pressure. Just when you can come to the US again,
Yeah, I'm coming next month anyway. I'm going to be in Memphis for Beale Street Festival on the 1st of May. Performing alongside Lil Wayne and a host of other top,
Right.
So we're going to be back in town, and I'm going to see you guys in LA.
Hell yeah. I can't wait. Thank you, love. I appreciate you.
God bless you, Cher.
Mwah.
All right.
God bless you too.
Love.
Mwah.